So I'm James Smith with Keller Williams Realty Energy Corridor, and this is
Christina Bozarth with the HHR project. We are a disaster rebuilding nonprofit here in Katy, Texas.
And how long you been around?
Well, yesterday, March 27th, was our 6-month anniversary. So we were founded right after Hurricane Harvey and direct response what has happened here in our area.
Gotcha. And so what kind of things do you do?
So our mission here at the HHR project is to rebuild homes through volunteer efforts and community support. So what we typically do is engage with the homeowner. These are financially vulnerable homeowners who cannot afford a market rate contractor. HHR adopts their home and rebuilds it at no cost to that homeowner. And so we utilize volunteers from all across the country. These volunteers can come skilled or unskilled. Most of the time they're unskilled, and we have the project management in place to train them in a safe environment, provide the proper safety equipment, tools, and training in order to lead them through a proper reconstruction. One of the things we utilize is AmeriCorps members. So we actually have our very first team of 8 NCCC AmeriCorps members starting on April 9th. We're very excited about it. There will be a steady workforce for us. When they start, we'll be able to train them and then repeat over a 13-week period, so we'll have some consistency in our labor force.
Can you give us some examples of like some of the things you've been doing recently in the neighborhood?
Yeah, and so we adopted 2 new homes at the beginning of March, and both of these homes had been mucked and gutted. And so we typically, our relationship begins with the homeowner after we have obtained a mold certificate saying the home's free of mold. And so both of these homes we started on in the beginning of March. We did their insulation, their sheetrock, tape and float, texture, paint, and we'll continue all the way through with those homeowners until we complete their floors, interior and exterior doors, baseboards, door casings. We complete 1 full bathroom, and we attempt to do a partial kitchen. There are some things we can't do. We're not licensed to do electrical or plumbing or roofing or HVAC, anything like that, but we're able to complete that scope of repairs. And one of the things we've been doing here in the community in Canyongate is this community-wide debris removal. So part of the struggle is when we accept a volunteer group, we can't always keep 100% of those volunteers busy in the home. So I support our project managers by alleviating them of some of the excess volunteers in the home and do community-wide debris removal, where we our goal in the month of March was to help 200 homeowners with their debris, and the average pickup for debris is about $300. So we're trying to save the community as a whole about $60,000. And we are.
That's great.
Yeah, we are. We're actually going to extend the program because it's been so popular, and there's still a lot of debris to remove. So
there is.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of latecomers into the game. Just now renovating their house because they just either now got the funding or the opportunity to do so.
Yep. And so we help everyone with the exception of investors and people who had flood insurance. And so
which makes sense. Yeah.
There's no financial cap on, you can't make too much money to have your debris removed, where our rebuilding requirements are much more stringent, where we have an application process for that. And we, at this point, are really only accepting the most financially vulnerable for our home rebuilds, but debris is a little bit more open-ended. So we're glad we're able to spread a little bit of the wealth around with the program.
And what are you guys looking to do in the future?
So our goal over the next just 6 months is to repair 10 homes. Mm-hmm. And then we really want to create a sustainability model where we are posed and ready for the next disaster. So we're here in Katy, Texas. We're focused in the area right behind the Barker Reservoir, where about 1,500 homeowners were flooded. And so, between the next 6 and 12 months, we're going to be focused here in Katy. We do know that there are a lot of other areas here in our immediate area that were flooded pretty heavily, like in Bear Creek, or right here on the border of Katy and Harris County. And so I see HHR as being an organization that will continue to do rebuilding activities into the future. and hopefully expand our reach beyond the borders of Katy eventually.
That's good work.
Yeah. And so it was interesting, James and I were talking about the other disaster besides Harvey is the disaster we're getting ready to face with the wave of short sales and foreclosures. So I'd love to have you expand on that a little bit.
So how we've been working together is you can only help so many people's homes that, or so many people by, working on their homes. One of the things that you and I have been discussing and talking about, which was one of my goals in Canyon Gate, because when I first went in there, I was helping rescue people, and then I was helping remediate homes, and then I was giving classes on what to do next to prepare for now. And so what we're doing, preparing now, is if you can't help them with their property, because they've done the perfect storm, which they maxed out their credit cards, they've went and got the SBA loan, and now they did a deference of payment, which I don't think a lot of people 100% understood what was going on. And so now they're in risk of losing their home. It doesn't matter if it's rebuilt on the inside. It's either going to go into foreclosure, or they're going to get the property taken, or they have a chance of doing a refinance or something else. So what I'm doing is going around the neighborhood is I'm trying to do the other hand of it, where we can go in and educate people and figure out what the situation is they're in, which I just got done dealing with last night, where I was talking to somebody and then found out they're in that perfect storm.
Yeah.
And so my goal is now to work with him is, yes, we have a listing agreement signed together, but I'm trying to find different avenues for him. That's kind of like a last case scenario type situation. What I'm trying to do is figure out if we can get that refinanced and he can just keep the property, or if we have to talk to the bank, get him into the short sale solution, which is better because he can still sell his property, and then later on down the line, it's not going to wreck his credit where he can buy a house later on. Where if they just take the property, they just take it.
Yep.
And yes, he gets to walk away from it, but he can't buy a property for another 7 years, and his credit's going to be wrecked.
Yeah, and I think it's important for homeowners who have been impacted by Harvey that are facing this difficult situation. I didn't come into the nonprofit world. I didn't found HHR to make a profit. In fact, quite the opposite. And I'm a former CPA. I used to work in financial strategies, and so I understand the financial situation that a lot of folks are dealing with right now, and it can be very overwhelming. And so when you see a real estate agent coming in, it's very difficult to peg that. It can be like everyone else that was taking advantage in the beginning. You can assume that that's the case, but I've spoken with James, and he has a lot of really good information to share. This is not a straightforward matter with some of the financial decisions. It could be one of the most difficult financial situations that you face. You could be facing losing your home, and that is not an easy situation for anyone to handle, but James' advice is free, and if you're losing sleep at night, or you're facing an uncertain situation, I would definitely encourage you to reach out, and if not to James, then to another trusted real estate person, your banker, because doing nothing is really going to hurt you. So while HHR, our mission is to help homeowners rebuild and keep them in their homes, we're really only able to help such a very small percentage of folks. And so what will happen now that we're 6 months past disaster is there will be people that go into foreclosure. There will be people that have to short sale their home. It is just the fact of what we're dealing with. And so, getting the right information from a professional, making sure that you make those phone calls to prevent making a bad situation worse is very important. So I can't offer that support, but I can recommend you reach out to someone like James with Keller Williams. And like I said, he's not trying to take advantage of you. He's not trying to force you to sell your property. He's just out there as a resource, and I know that you have to be reluctant to reach out because there has been a lot of people taking advantage, and there are a lot of sharks out there.
Well, not only that, I know, like, you're very close to your neighborhood or your neighbors. I mean, especially in Canyon Gate, where I think your neighbors are very tight woven because they're very close to each other. So it's embarrassing to say, "Hey, listen, I got myself in this situation," or "This is what happened," because you don't want to. It's hard to share your pain, and I totally understand that, but you can't bury your head in sand. You can't ignore the problem. It doesn't go away. So please, if you see me come around, or you see another real estate agent come around, or somebody else, I would say a good majority of us are there to help. So talk to them, talk to your mortgage company, talk to your bank. Let them know the situation of what's happening so we can help you. We can't help you unless you ask for it or you tell us the situation you're in to give us the ability to go there and to find solutions for you. Because I've been saying that is part of my real estate slogan for years. I don't have problems, I have solutions. I don't see problems, I see solution opportunities. And I can't present those opportunities to you until I talk to you. So hopefully I'll get to meet you soon and I'll get to talk to you.
Yeah, it was really nice sharing a little bit about what we're doing here in the community, and the HHR project will continue to work with community partners. The last part of our mission is with community support, and we take that very seriously. We know that we can only help in a small way, and there's a lot of other ways that homeowners need assistance, and so I'm glad James and I can partner, and we hope to be in touch soon. If you need to reach out to us, we'll make sure to tag our information in this post. Thank you.
And I don't know if you know this, but all the videos I've been posting lately, I have her information on there as a donate button. So if you would like to donate to her organization, please hit the donate button, and you can feel free to give that way as well. Or if you like to donate in other ways with materials or anything, I'll have her information up there so you can contact her and her organization.
Yep.
But thank you, and we hope to see you soon.
Thanks.